All right. Well, there's lots to talk about when it comes to the markets and pockets that we'll be focusing on. But just to also touch upon the ruckus that we saw in Parliament and the fact that those farm bills have finally been passed. There was all kinds of chaos when it came to the activities in Rajya Sabha. Rajnath Singh, in fact, calling it saddening, unfortunate and shameful, saying that there was no excuse for the opposition to be violent, attack the chairman, and that's never happened in the history of Parliament. So, addressing, of course, the need for decorum, but also saying the farmers are being misled and government support will continue. It's being called a watershed moment when it comes to farming, Nikunj. And while we had protests by farmers all across, over the weekend and so forth, it clearly is something the government was determined to push through.
What happened in the Parliament, Abha, is absolutely appalling, shameful, and perhaps in clear indication of how our politicians are really conducting themselves, where rather than conducting themselves, finding reasons, debate it intelligently, you've really resorted to not maintaining the decorum of house. I mean, Parliament ultimately is the temple of democracy. I mean, these are the official representatives who represent 130 crore 130 crore Indians, and if that is how they want to function themselves, it's pathetic, poor, and it is horrible and terrible to realize that they just don't care about anything. They just care about throwing in this whole political angle and putting an upper hand in terms of raising the voice and showing a political disconnect. So what happened on the floor of the Parliament is absolutely, like I said, shameful, appalling, and even disgusting. Now, specifically when it comes to the farm bill, again, that's my understanding, is that you must realize that it's a bill which surely will have implementation challenges. All things will have implementation challenges. The big concern is that what will happen to MSP and how it will be taken care of. Who will decide the price of the vegetable and the produce in an open market? What will happen to states in terms of taxes? I mean, you got to fundamentally ask yourself why farmers in states like Punjab and Haryana are opposing it. Why? Because state is also going to lose a lot of, mandi tax. And also, right now, if MSP is not going to go away, which is what government is promising, then the entire process of calculating pricing, these are things which will have to take some time. But if this bill is able to smooth out smoothly, then we are looking at a big change in the way how the agriculture produce is going to be priced in India. I mean, imagine, let's say if you're buying onions, earlier the farmer was selling the onions to the middleman at 10 rupees and we were paying 25 rupees. Now the farmer will get 15 rupees and we will pay 20 rupees. So there is going to be a change in terms of pricing. There is going to be a permanent change in way supply chain is going to move, and this is also going to be having a huge impact in the way how wastage and other things of the farm produce would move. But yeah, states, I mean, rightly so, they are worried about the implementation. Some of them are worried about how MSP would be rolled out, and then mandi tax, I think is also a concern.